Great way by Yale to manufacture some runs here early. As the runner goes and attempt to steal home, tag is
safe. He's safe. That's what you call great scouting.
Garrett Larson.
That is great scouting.
How about that play? You don't see that every day. And so far, pitching into the 6th inning with just 64 pitches. Here's pitch 65 to Larson. And there's a deep drive. That one's deep to center. Wilson racing. Wilson chasing. He looks up, and it is gone. Home run for Garrett Larson. And he's electrified the crowd today. A stolen base early, and now a home run. Best of the SWAC and the best of the Ivy League. Yale and Jackson State getting ready to do battle on this beautiful Saturday. Welcome, everybody, to the broadcast. Alongside former big league player, coach, and manager Bo Porter, my name is Sedric Granger, and today we have a matchup between teams with two contrasting styles, Bo.
Yeah.
The baseball world is saddened today by the loss of Bill Mazeroski, Hall of Famer for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and in that clip, that was the game-winning walk-off home run in the World Series that he had in the 1960 World Series, a win for the Pirates over the Yankees.
You're talking about a historic home run for one of the greatest players to ever play out game.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, when you grow up in the backyard, what do you always envision? Game 7, game on the line. You're up to the plate to try to take the lead with one swing. You hit it, and it's gone. It's that dynamic that has been played out in backyards all across America. And Bill Mazeroski, he got to live it in real life.
Yes.
So the leadoff man gets on base for Jackson State as they are nursing a 4-2 advantage. They've slowly taken the momentum of the game. They started off trailing 2-0, and then now they have rolled 4 straight runs, and they're looking to make it 5 or 6.
This is Jackson State baseball. They got a sack. They got a base hit bunt. They put the ball on the ground, making them defend the baseball, and now we got second and third, nobody out.
Yeah, that was Tyree Reed getting on base. He was creating havoc on that bunt. It was trying to be a sacrifice bunt attempt, but the defense by Cohen could not get it to DePrima, the first baseman. And now it's runners on second and third. A dangerous position now for Jackson State.
And both of these are base hit bunts. You saw the leadoff hitter drag bunt down the third base line for a single. This is a base hit bunt. He's bunting for a base hit. In worst case scenario, it ends up a sac bunt.
Now, it's funny because we were talking with Omar Johnson, the skipper for Jackson State. He talked about how he drove his players crazy a little bit because of how many times they have to practice the bunting, have to practice these situational type of swings, and it's all in the goal of getting a runner to third base with 1 out or less. And there's a drive to right field, and you're about to see an example of why this matters. And what a catch there by Turner. But it will bring in a run as in comes Alvarez, and it's a sacrifice fly for Cabral. And it's now 5-2.
Yes, this is the ABCs of baseball, and Jackson State is better than most teams in the country. You talk about get them on, get them over, get them in. They get them on. They get them on with a drag bunt. You then get in a situation with situational baseball. He gets a breaking ball up and out over the plate. He's able to drive this ball to right field. Not only does it score a run, but it also advances the runner from second base, and now you have a man on third base with 1 out.
Well, you know what's great when you have a runner on third base with nobody out, and then you score them, and then you now have another runner on third base with just 1 out. So another opportunity for either a ground ball or a sacrifice play that can drive in a run. We bring it to Edwin Lemus Hudson Jr., who's been great today, and it looks like they're not even going to want to see it as he will go to first base.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're going to pitch to him in this situation, you're going to have to play the infield in and try to cut down this run. They elect to walk him to try to play for the double play up the middle.
Yeah, Lemus Hudson Jr. has already been on base twice today. Had a hit by pitch and a run scored in the second, and then a double and a run scored in the 4th inning. So he's been a problem. So not a bad choice for a walk candidate to try to set up a double play ball.
You may get a safety squeeze here. This is Jackson State baseball. Here we go. Safety squeeze. Safety squeeze. There it go. That's Jackson State baseball.
It sure is, as Miller does turn around and make the out at first base. But that's another run coming in And we're seeing that philosophy really pay off right now, Bo.
Yes, and that's the danger in walking the hitter in front of him, because you now bring a player to the plate that the coach is willing to have bunt, whereas you had someone in the batter's box that he was more elect to have swing.
Yeah, it's a difficult decision, I'd imagine, for Coach Ham. What would be all the things that would go through your head as a manager in that situation?
Well, in that situation, you're saying to yourself, if I'm going to walk this guy, I'm playing for a double play. But if I look at their lineup and how it's constructed and how they're going to play baseball, the odds of that man swinging the bat is not going to allow me to play for the double play. So in that instance, I'm going after the hitter in the batter's box, and I'm playing the infield in.
It looks like this will be the end of the day for Daniel Cohen. So 4 2/3 innings of work, and when we come back, we'll have a new arm for the Yale Bulldogs.